Cute. Pause. Yeah. Yeah, sport little cat, actually. Cute little cat. G'day, have yours. Well, I'm going to have to extend these wires within a metre or two to run this outside. Set this camera up on the roof outside. Yeah, I'm limited by the cable length of this thing because I can't really put it inside the window. The curtains, everything in the way. It's too bulky. Unless I buy a new camera with shorter leads, my main issue is getting this thing to record. For some reason, I can't get it to want to record for some reason. It just doesn't want to record. I don't know why. I've put my spare microwave away. Made some room in my container, packed the stuff up carefully at quarters and made more room for more metre scores in the future. I'm going to use this as a test meter. This will probably stay here for a test meter if I get more meters. I've got to dig up the power points at some stage and just wire this up for random loads and stuff. Hopefully I'll get some more work today, so I'm going to start another job at another dried fruit company. So it won't be on call job like I've been getting. I can't work on call here or there, a day here, a day there. It's just not enough bloody. I'm not getting enough income. Good pay, but it's not enough income, not enough work. So I'm getting hopefully I can get more with this other dried fruit company in New South Wales. Just an organic fruit company. I do dried fruit, but only organic dried fruit. They're their own farm. They're actually going to pick up 2 shifts, so I really wanted a labouring or forklift job, but they are all taken, so I actually got a cleaning job there, so afternoon shift until March, and I'll start working nights, 12 in the morning, midnight till 7 in the morning. They used to be 6 days a week, they're doing 2 shifts, it might just be 5 days a week, so I still have the weekend to do normal stuff hopefully, so, but at least I get good pay, yeah. 7-hour clean on night shift there for March, starting in March, so hopefully I'll get promoted to other work there instead of just cleaning, so that way I get a good secure job and some good bloody money coming in like I had. So it's a downside for seasonal work. Seasonal work's good pay, but yeah, it's seasonal. Might piss that sink off too, take it to the around again like a recycling centre. They employ a lot of disabled people there, so give them a good job making on sell it to someone else. There's a lot of sinks and stuff there. It's a shame most of the stuff's out in the back in the weather though. That's not going to do anyone who wants to buy second-hand stuff any good if the stuff's been wrecked in the weather. That's the only drawback. Especially with the sawmills being closed down now. They closed the sawmills down back in 2010. And the sawmills, they used to supply a lot of red gum for disabled people to make garden furniture. And a local company would sell it to the council for parks and that. Back to those stupid greens, those sort of opportunities don't really exist anymore. You can't really get local wood anymore to make garden furniture out of red gum. You know, it puts the disabled people out of work. It shows how stupid and greedy the government's got. I mean, the modern stuff now, will make them out of plastic. Well, that's okay, but plastic can only be recycled once. If the plastic's broken, you can't recycle it anymore. It's got to go to landfill. Unless of wood, it's natural. So yeah, too much drawbacks to this plastic. Fantastic age. Okay, well, as you can see here, try and get rid of that sink. Get rid of that sink we're not going to use. I'll probably put a little shelf or something here. I'll let set this TV on it, use it as a test TV. Pretty well covered under here. The vents are on the sides, which I like. Nothing can fall in onto the electronic circuit board. It's well protected that way. I'll put like a shelf or something in the corner here to sit it on. Make a little bit of a shelf or something. Maybe my test TV. Because yeah, I've got one of those new set-top boxes. The older set-top boxes I've got, they don't have USB, but the newer ones you can buy have USB capability where you can use a record TV. there's nothing worth recording off TV nowadays, of course, because all they broadcast is crap. But the ABC is actually doing reruns of Countdown from the Countdown and Rock Arena from the 70s and 80s throughout this month of January. So every Saturday night I have the PVR with an external hard drive, not a laptop hard drive, but a desktop one with an external power adapter. A lot of TVs you buy, only the Samsungs, LGs and the Panasonics, the most expensive ones, will have a high current USB port that's capable of running hard drives. Laptop drivers though, what they don't know, especially at local Harvey Norman, when my dad bought his new TCL, had all Indians working there. And yeah, they were telling us, you know, they plugged this little mains power meter in, like I've got, little digital power meter. It was telling us all the fluctuations in voltage. Oh, this is causing damage to your TV, this is causing your TV not to receive stuff properly. Well, that's not entirely true. It's an alternating current and it alternates for a reason. It does fluctuate a little bit, but it's worse now because people have got solar inverters, so you might get a bit of noise here and there, but it's not that bad. It doesn't. Modern TVs like this in here, 220, 240 volt. The flat panels, they're dual voltage capable, so you can use them on 110 volts also. A flat panel TV now, especially LCDs, can run as low as 100 volts. So anything between 100 to 240 volts, yeah, flat panel LCD you'll be right. Of course, the salesman doesn't tell you that. He just wants to sell you the crap. But yeah, you got to read the labels, what the rating is. So voltage fluctuations mean nothing on newer TVs and most modern electronics. They'll the switch mode powers like this. I need a switch mode power supply. See, 100 to 240 volts. You can run this thing in America as well, 50, 60 hertz. It's okay. Most modern switch mode power supplies and TVs and most consumer electronics are designed to be universal. So the solder stuff, no. But the newer stuff, yeah. Newer stuff, not quite as doesn't care if it fluctuates a lot. Even if you got a brownout, if your power's brown out somewhere between 100 volts and 240 volts, your new LCD TV will work fine. It's not going to damage it because it's designed to take the dual voltage anyway in the first place. What you do got to be careful of though, if there's a spike, if the power brownout suddenly spikes up and the transient or something shoots way over 240 volts, that's the only thing you have to worry about. But that's what you use a good quality power board for. I mean a good one with MAV protection in it, not those cheap ones. I'd say that they protect the power, but there's actually nothing in it to protect against the voltage spikes. But yeah, as I was saying, the cheaper TVs you buy, they have USBs. The salesman will tell you don't use them to record with hard drives, but you can actually use a hard drive in the USB ports in cheaper TVs. It will say what the voltage of the amperage is. Some of the newer ones, the big ones, are up to 3 amps, I think. Some of the big 60-inch and beyond size TVs. But the cheaper ones are about half an amp max on your USB port. So you can use it for flash drives on their own. They will run a laptop drive, but if it's not enough current, it can damage a laptop drive. So he's right on that, the salesman. But for the best results, use desktop drives to record on USB. That way it doesn't strain the USB power rail, the 5-volt line inside your TV. I much prefer a desktop hard drive and enclosures anyway, because you've got the external power supply and they're a lot more reliable than laptop drives. So I got my 1 terabyte Samsung all set up in a good enclosure. The Hot Ray Rock enclosure I've got. It's extremely buggy with Windows, so there's actually something wrong with the bug, the firmware that thing is running. I can't monitor the smart motor drive in that enclosure, but it will work alright on the Windows 7 machine to copy files to and from, but if I leave it in standby for too long, it'll freeze up the computer, so I've got to turn it off and on all the time. But using it on a PVR and on a TV for playback and everything, it works beautifully, nothing wrong. So it's good for that. Yeah. The PVR I use is my sister. She got it from Dick Smith. Seen one on the hotel, so I thought it was a good idea. So sister went and bought one from Dick Smith for like $60. Cheap Chinese no-name thing. It's actually a rebreaded Chang Hong or a TCL built set-top box, but it does a good job at recording TV in a good format. It records 10 hours of footage, is about 20 gigabytes in good quality too. So and it's actually in a format that you can convert on Movie Maker and chop and cut and edit bits together, and the bits that cut the edit and commercials out and everything. Works really well. It's a good PVR. Better than those bloody Telstra T-boxes which encode everything, you can't even use them. What's the point? But anyway, that's the only thing I'd really use a PVR for like that, to record TV, is a record countdown when the ABC do reruns, because yeah, the real music from the 70s and 80s is on countdown, which yeah, that's the main reason why I'll actually use a PVR to record TV nowadays. They're doing a lot of reruns, so I've got VHS tapes, about 15 VHS tapes, 4 and 5 hour or 300 minute cassettes, some of them just full of countdown episodes I used to rerun. But to rip off a VCR, it's the quality is not as good as this PVR, but not as good as a direct PVR recording. So, but yeah, keeping the countdown music collection for my own purposes. So at least I know these bands are good. They're good songs, which are much which I already have. But I like the film clips. It was good, decent music back then, and decent film clips. And a lot of Australian artists too, so it's worthwhile recording for yourself, keeping you like the music, go and buy it yourself. So of course you can't really do that on YouTube or play records anymore on YouTube, because I don't really like that. A lot of good, innocent, decent music is often forgotten because of the greediness of copyright companies now, so a real shame. But yeah, anyway, that's enough for now. Thanks for watching.